Hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about a very important topic, so-called silent heart attacks. These are serious cases where a person may not even notice that their heart is struggling. Many people think that a heart attack is something that can't be missed. There will be sharp chest pain, heaviness, dizziness, and so on. But there's another category, so-called silent heart attacks, where the symptoms are not as obvious. They can show up with milder signs that can be mistaken for other issues, and because of that, they are easy to overlook. So today, we'll discuss 12 warning signs you should never ignore. Even if you think these signs aren't serious, it's better to check your health than to take a risk. Changes in blood pressure. Let's start with a very important factor, blood pressure. Sometimes high or low blood pressure can be the first signal that the heart isn't working properly. If you suddenly experience headaches, weakness, or dizziness, this could be related to either high or low blood pressure. In most cases, these changes might not cause pain, but they indicate that the heart is under increased strain. If you notice any changes in your blood pressure, it's best to consult a doctor for a checkup. Sudden fatigue. The second symptom is sudden fatigue. If you suddenly feel that your usual tasks are becoming difficult, that even mild physical activity is making you tired, this might be a sign of heart problems. Often, a person is used to pushing themselves to the max, and then suddenly they feel like they just can't continue their usual activities. If this happens without an obvious cause and persists for several days, it could indicate that the heart can't pump blood as effectively as it used to. Chest pain or discomfort. Chest pain is the most common symptom of a heart attack. But here's what's important to know, not always does chest pain feel sharp or intense. Sometimes it can just be pressure, discomfort, or a feeling of heaviness in the chest, which doesn't go away even after rest. These symptoms are often ignored, but they can be very serious. This could be an early warning of heart problems. If you feel any pain in the chest, even mild, it's better to check with a doctor. Pain in other parts of the body. This symptom can be even less obvious, but it's very important. If the pain is not only in the chest but also in other parts of the body, such as the left shoulder, arm, back, or neck, it could be a sign of a heart attack. Especially if the pain doesn't have an obvious cause. The pain can feel radiating or sometimes refer to the arms or neck, and that should be an important signal. Shortness of breath or difficulty breathing. Shortness of breath, even when you're not engaging in physical activity, can be a sign that the heart isn't pumping enough blood to the organs and tissues. If you suddenly start feeling out of breath, even while sitting still or resting, that could be worrying. People who have heart disease often experience shortness of breath when their heart can't provide enough oxygen to the body. If this happens, don't hesitate, consult a doctor immediately. Dizziness or mild loss of consciousness. Dizziness is another symptom we often don't pay attention to, but it can be very important. If you feel like suddenly you can't stand up straight, that you're feeling weak and on the verge of fainting, this could be a sign of a heart attack or heart failure. Sometimes, these symptoms arise because the heart isn't supplying enough blood to the brain. Prolonged cold sweating. If you notice that you suddenly start sweating cold sweat, even when you're not under stress or engaging in physical activity, that could be a worrying signal. Feeling cold sweat, especially if it is accompanied by other symptoms, like chest pain or dizziness, could indicate a serious heart problem. Nausea or vomiting. This is another symptom that is often confused with other issues. Nausea or even vomiting, especially when there's no obvious cause, can be a sign of a heart attack. This is particularly common in women, who may not associate these symptoms with heart problems. If nausea is accompanied by other concerning symptoms, don't wait, see a doctor immediately. Sudden changes in sleep or insomnia. If you suddenly start having trouble sleeping, waking up during the night, or experiencing insomnia, it could be a sign that your heart isn't functioning effectively. Sleep disturbances can be a result of stress, but if they persist for a long time and are accompanied by other symptoms, such as fatigue or chest pain, it's a good idea to consult a doctor. Digestive problems. Digestive issues, such as bloating, acid reflux, or stomach pain, are often perceived as minor problems, but they can be related to heart conditions. During a heart attack, the body may send these signals because the heart can't supply enough blood to the stomach and intestines. If these symptoms persist and are accompanied by other signs, such as chest pain or shortness of breath, it's important to see a doctor right away. Swelling in the legs. Swelling in the legs could be a sign that your heart isn't effectively pumping blood, which leads to fluid retention. If you notice that your legs or ankles have become more swollen than usual, it could be a sign of heart failure. This is another symptom that should never be ignored. Weakness in the arms or legs. Sudden weakness in your limbs is another important symptom that is often not associated with heart problems. However, if you feel like your arm or leg has suddenly become heavy or you can't control it, this could be an early warning of heart attack or stroke. In conclusion, as you can see, silent heart attacks may not always show up with the classic symptoms like sharp chest pain. They can manifest with much subtler and less noticeable signs, which is why it's so important to pay attention to all the signals your body sends. If you notice one or more of these symptoms, don't wait, see a doctor. The sooner you act, the higher the chances of recovery and maintaining your health. Don't be afraid to reach out to medical professionals even if you have the slightest doubts. Your heart deserves attention, and you deserve a healthy future. Thank you for watching, and stay healthy.